Hello, my friends. Sorry for somewhat late start. Welcome to the next episode of Late Friday Night Banter Blitz. So, I already have a lot of challenges. As usual, I will start with newcomers. So, approximately 45 minutes will be dedicated to newcomers. So, the guys who never played. So, let's go there just a sec. Let me know also what is going on to the quality, as usual, of the sound and the picture. So, I have to be careful today about challenges from non-premium users because I do this mistake from time to time. Okay, so Viny 2K or Vany 2K, I don't know, premium user. We have never played, so I accept. Let's go. Yes, premium user. E4. Okay. E5. So we start with something usual, right? Now definitely knight c6. So Ruy Lopez, Italian, Scotch, I don't know, Ponziani maybe. There are a lot of different possibilities for white here. Let's see. Bishop c4. Okay, so probably my opponent wants to play Italian, maybe Evans Gambit after b4. Let's see. c3, okay, so probably Italian. The question is with the d4 or d3. Both are possible, both are playable, so let's see. b4, okay. So b4 is probably also a move. So I can even put my bishop on e7 in this case, I guess. Because definitely I want to play d5 in a couple of moves, since white will probably do something like d3, so that d5 will become very good. So if my bishop goes to e7, b5, it's not that dangerous. I can play knight a5, attacking the bishop. So yeah, let's try this bishop e7 move. Not quite sure, but yeah, I think it is completely playable. Why not to b6? Well, also I'm not sure, but let's imagine white plays d3. I at some point play d5, e5, knight e5, c3 will be vulnerable, right? And my knight from d5 will attack this pawn, exert some pressure at least. And my bishop from f6 maybe also, yeah? Knight g5, something really strange happens. Queen b3, attacking f7 3 times already. Okay, so I guess I can even play d5 if I want, but doesn't make sense. So I would rather just protect f7 with the queen first. Then maybe I will play h6 at some point, just solving the problem with the knight, and then we will see. Okay, h6 I think looks good. And now I can grab e4 pawn next move. Again, if I want. Not forced. But looks okay. Interesting position. Maybe it will make sense to start with the d6 protecting e5 and then to take on e4, because if knight f3, knight takes e4, then let's say rook to e1, my knight is attacked, I can't protect it with f5 because my f7 pawn is pinned. I can't play d5 really because bishop takes d5, so my knight should definitely go away somewhere, And then there will be a problem with the e5 pawn. But b5, come on. Knight a5. What is going on? This drops material for sure. Okay. So queen goes away, I take the bishop. Should probably... Well, even taking on f7 doesn't look good. Yeah, b5 is kind of decisive mistake. Now I take on c4. Knight on g5 is heading on a minor piece up. Yep. For absolutely nothing, actually, because I'm even better developed with black. b5, knight a5, knight e5, knight takes c4, white wins the pawn, but e4 was hidden in that variation, I think. But okay, never mind. So g5 is hanging. Is it really? c7 was also hanging, by the way. Okay, I will just play d6. Bishop takes g5. Well, knight takes c4 looks pretty cool. Just forcing the bishop to take on e7 maybe. Queen takes e7, so this leads to some simplification of the position. So we come up with some exchanges, which is good for me because I have extra material. Completely enough for a win, of course. Queen d. What is going on? I'll take the bishop now. Yeah, my friend, you have to work on simple tactics, I think. So, too many blunders, absolutely unforced. Yeah. It is not the way chess is played. Okay. I have 2 extra bishops now. Yeah, that was very generous from my opponent. Queen f3, queen takes b5, let's say. Yeah. Rook b1. Oh, I don't know. Queen c4. Rook b4. Queen takes a2. Fuchsia asks, isn't it boring to win this way? Yeah, a bit boring, but look. Checkmate on the first rank. A bit boring because, yeah, we have a great advantage and it only increases and so on. But what can I do? So our decisions are limited by our opponents usually, right? Okay, so too many blunders, my friend. You have to work on this simple tactics and so on, first of all. But let's have a look on the opening. I mean, bishop c4, bishop c5, c3, knight f6. It is completely playable. b4, bishop e7. So crowning student suggested b5 here. Let's see, knight a5, knight takes c5, knight takes c4, knight takes c4. I can take on e4 here, right? So white doesn't win a pawn. Not even close, because after queen g4, let's say I have d5. Attacking the queen with the bishop, protecting my knight, attacking the knight c4. Queen takes g7 and bishop f6 wins the game. So, it's not even win of the pawn, right? So, nothing. Absolutely. b5 gives nothing, I think. So, d3 was a move, I think. Protecting e4 and now creating a threat of b5. So in this case, I think I have to spend the time on something like a6, preventing b5, and at some point to try to play this d5 move. Yep, I think my position is quite good. Well, not better, of course, but, well, not worse at the same time. Okay, let us continue. So as I said, there are a lot of challengers. So let's see. Don William, we didn't play yet. Premium user, so accept. Accept. And I play with black again. Okay, e4, e5. Take 2. Knight f3, knight c6. Again, bishop c4. Yes, bishop c5, c3 maybe. Now castling. Okay, knight f6. Rook e1 protecting the pawn. Okay, so white doesn't play c3, white doesn't play d3. Well, probably white will do this just next move, right? So c3 will be possible. What is going on to the f2 pawn? If knight g4, then probably rook e2. d4 is also possible then. So d6 looks like just a normal move here. I will try d6. Miktal says, you must write, don't play me. Yes, don't play me, please, is something like a great provocation. At least it worked fine. At least it worked fine. For many players, I guess. Okay, c3 already preparing to play d4. Being ready to play d4, honestly. So I need a7 square for my bishop, I think. Yeah. At the same time, e4 is already protected, so maybe. Okay, let's calculate. a6, d4, bishop a7, d takes c5, knight takes c5, knight takes c5, d takes c5, queen d8, king d8, bishop takes f7. Rook goes to f8, attacking the bishop, bishop goes to b3, let's say. If knight g4, then bishop g5, check. But then king e8. Yes, should be fine for me, so let's play a6. The question from Kuzma, what is better, a5 or a6? I'm not sure what is better because as far as I remember, a5 was played by Adams. I might be mistaken. I don't know. I prefer a6. Both are playable, I do believe. So d takes c5, knight e5, knight e5, d e5, queen d8, king d8, bishop f7, rook f8, bishop b3 or somewhere, knight g4, attacking f2 several times. Should be enough to regain that pawn. Let's move king d8. Yep, rook f8 now. It's sort of typical trick, I mean, to regain the pawn. But usually I perform it with the pawn already on h6 and the rook is still on f1. Here it is a bit different, so there might be something special about this position. But I suppose that there is nothing wrong with black's approach. Yeah, so knight g4, bishop g5 check, okay, king e8. And f2 drops. Let's do it. Oh, this way. This probably gives white some sort of extra pawn, but I do believe it's wrong. Because look, of course I can take on f2 with the knight, but then bishop a7, rook a7, and I have misplaced pieces, simply. So I would prefer just taking with the knight on e3, damaging the pawn structure. F takes e3, and king e7. So now, it's an interesting position because, well, I definitely should be somewhat better, but I have to be very careful. So for example, if the knight goes to f3, then I have some problems with the e5. If knight gets to c4, I also have the problems with the e5. Maybe I'm not even better here. that is also a possibility, right? Yeah. Might be not that simple. Okay, anyway, I wanted to prevent knight c4. Bishop d5 or b8. That position is unclear. Absolutely. e5 is now under attack. Okay, let's protect it. Rook e2. Is there a threat? I don't think so. So let us do this regrouping. Maybe I was wrong. Okay. Yeah. Somewhere I did something wrong, definitely. But okay. Now I have to try to make a draw, which is not an easy stuff. Because I'm just down a pawn, right? And I have no time at all. But I will do my best to save this position. Okay. This b3 idea, I'm not sure it was great. Because now bishop a4 is somewhat misplaced, but maybe it's not that big problem for white. Okay, h3 is hanging at least. c3 is hanging at the same time. Oops, rook! The whole rook. Oops. There should be checkmate, right? Yes, it is a checkmate. Lucky me. Okay. So rook c5, of course. Dropping the rook was like, yeah, decisive mistake. Come on. Ooh, yeah. Interesting game. Interesting game. Of course, I have a feeling that I missed something. So probably it was a tricky order of moves. Rook e1, preparing c3 and d4. I'm not quite sure how to react to this correctly. Let's see. So I played d6. Okay, c3, a6, d4, bishop went away, takes. It is pretty much standard. The only difference is that there is no pawn on h6, and the rook is already on e1. Bishop f2 is probably nothing. So knight g4 looks great. Bishop e3. So now what? Maybe to take on f2 after all. But it doesn't look good. So knight f2, bishop a7, rook f1. No, it's not. It's very bad actually. So knight a3 looks pretty much natural, right? So here, maybe here king e7 was an inaccuracy, because after knight e2 there are two possibilities to play knight c4 and knight f3, and in both cases I have problems with the e5 pawn. So maybe bishop g4 here, just preventing this knight f3 for sure. Then I will have b5 to prevent knight c4. I don't know, or maybe b5 right now, but then bishop d5, still annoying. Another option is probably bishop d7 and bishop c6. I don't know. So it should be considered. Yeah, very interesting order of moves, honestly. And yeah, definitely I missed the track somewhere here, because after knight f3, king f6, rook e2, great idea by the way, bishop g4, rook f1, white is just in time. So white forces me to yeah, give up a bishop, or maybe give up a pawn, and after that, yes, only white can play for a win. But probably here this idea of playing b3, having the bishop on a4, was wrong. Yeah, because after that bishop became out of play, I would probably do something like king g3 instead, quickly trying to play f4, because white has an extra pawn exactly on the king side, right? So white should play on the king side. That's my point here. Okay, anyways, thanks for the game. Let's see someone else. I, from Norway, didn't play, premium user, except I play with black or with white. Yeah, with black. Okay. A d4, knight f6. Okay, so now we have something closed, right? Yeah. Queen's pawn goes to d4, then c4, knight c3, so that we have nim to Indian after bishop b4. Okay. Oh, bishop d2. Yeah, maybe it is playable, but looks strange to me. Looks strange to me. Let's try just simple castling. I don't know. Knight f3, and let's say c5, undermining the central pawn. It looks logical since bishop d2 breaks the connection between the queen on d1 and d5 square, so that d5 becomes complicated. Right? So let's take on d4 now. And now d5, right? Yeah, d5 looks good. So we're going to achieve the position with the isolated d4 pawn, I guess. Or it will be just a Karakanian pawn structure, I'm not sure. So if I go away with the bishop, then c5 is possible. Let's just take on c3. Of course, this gives up a bishop, but I think I will have some compensation, because my pawn structure will be slightly better. But probably it is not the best approach. Probably it is not the best approach for white. Sorry, for black. Definitely. White does everything more or less fine, unless this d4 pawn will become a real weakness, which I'm not sure. So now I consider playing b6, maybe with the idea of bishop a6, exchanging this potentially most dangerous bishop, but after b6, d5 should be considered. I'm not sure. d5, ed5, bishop f6, queen f6, bishop d5, let's say. Looks terrible for black. So yeah, I will start with knight d5. Just blockading d4 pawn, so that's getting rid of the danger based on this d4, d5 breakthrough, activating the bishop c3 somehow, and so on. Also, I'm going to occupy f4 square with the knight at some point, maybe. But what I really want to do in this position is just to get rid of this light squared bishop, and this light squared bishop just takes on d5. Very nice. Very nice. So I wanted to do everything to do that somehow with a b6, bishop a6, but my opponent decided to take it. It's a wrong move, for sure. It gives up potentially very active bishop. Of course, knight d5 was also very nice, very strong piece, but this bishop was just, yeah, very hard to describe even. It was, yeah, the key piece in this position, for sure. Okay, rook is going to occupy e5. Is it really dangerous or not? Let's see, bishop b7, rook e5, queen goes to d7, let's say d5. I take on d5 with a piece, then rook goes to g5, I can play f6. Nothing really serious, I guess. Yeah, so I can afford playing just bishop b7. Rook on f8 is attacked, but probably I wanted to occupy the 8 square. So yeah, ever since that, my opponent just tries to help me a bit. I don't know what is the reason why he does that, but yeah, I feel very nice. I feel very good after all this help. Now again, d4 pawn is blockaded, so no danger. No danger. I'm in the diagonal a1, h8, so bishop remains passive there on c3. And I can simply complete the development. Rook e3. Okay, knight is going to e5 probably. Okay. So let's do this. Queen b7, just, yeah. Preparing for knight e5. If knight e5, I can take on e5 and take on g2, I guess. b4. Let's fix pawns this way. I think it's okay for me. It makes this bishop even more passive. And yeah, it gives me new strong points like c4, let's say. D takes e5. Okay, now I can simply take on g2, I think. Or not. f3, Bishop goes to h3 and then to f5. Yes, should be fine. Should be just fine. Rook e1. Okay, just extra pawn, yeah, for nothing. Let's activate all the pieces. Bishop d2. Probably trying to activate the bishop somehow, but can I play rook c2 now? Rook d3 then. Okay, let's regroup the pieces. I think it's time. So everybody has streaming problems. So probably it will make sense just to, yeah, to restart the stream. I guess I will do that after this game, because if everybody, almost everybody experiences that, then probably it is a serious problem. Bishop c4 was possible, of course. Yeah, now it's possible. Okay, so I managed to win, and I will do the following. So I will restart the stream now, because looks like, yeah, everybody experiences the probably some drops in the stream. I don't know what is the reason, but I will try to restart the stream. So give me around 5 minutes to do that. Sorry for this interruption.